Hello friends, and welcome to your practice. My name is Janine. Thank you for being here today and for joining me for a chill and slow practice. So today's practice is inspired by me just feeling under the weather. So where I am right now in Guatemala, they call it Malo de Mayo, which translates to bad May, because there's a big seasonal change happening and a lot of people get sick. So that's how I've been feeling lately. So I wanted to do a little practice that is just chill and slow and gentle and relaxing. So whether or not you're feeling under the weather or just looking for something that's a little more low-key, then this should be a good practice for you. So get what you need for this practice to make you feel extra supported and comfortable. I have a couple blocks here and I'm sitting up on a rolled up towel actually. So grab a blanket, towel, or a pillow or whatever it is that you have nearby to help support you through this practice. Of course, nothing is absolutely necessary, but it's always nice to have things that make you feel extra held. So we'll begin just seated as you might be, but find yourself in a comfortable position where you can sit for a few moments. And let's just begin to close down the eyes or create a heaviness there just to land ourselves and to observe what's going on in the body and how we're feeling now. So let's take a few deep breaths in through the nose and an encouraged sigh or hum or any kind of audible sound that feels like a good release for you on the exhale. So let's inhale through the nose and exhale. A couple more times on your own. Can be nice to bring a little bit of sound and vibration into the body to help soothe our nervous system and relax us. So feel free to do that throughout this practice as often as feels good to you. So just sitting and observing your breath and your body and taking some time to settle in. Just giving yourself this permission right now to be slow, to be gentle, to be kind and compassionate towards yourself for feeling however you feel today. Sometimes the most productive thing that we can do is nothing at all. Putting all of those to-do lists and tasks and day-to-day things to the side. And just tend to the body, to this beautiful human vessel. You can blink your eyes open if you have them closed. And we'll begin now by just coming into some light tapping and swiping of the face. So this is really great for the nervous system. So I like to just bring my fingertips lightly over top of my eyebrows and just swipe down and along the temples and the jawline. You can follow whatever pattern feels good to you. Maybe you want to come down the bridges of the nose and along the cheekbones and down along the chin and the jaw. But just come into these little swipes a few times. This can be really nice to just help unstuck any sort of blockages that might be occurring in the face, especially if you're feeling sinusy, any cold-like symptoms. Remembering your breath here too, deeply in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth. If you feel a spot that feels extra tender, then definitely feel free to spend a bit of extra time there, sending your breath to that spot. Maybe coming down the neck here now, following from the jawline down the neck. And we'll come into a few light taps from here too. So bringing your fingertips so lightly just over top of your forehead here, and just tap above the eyebrow and along the temple. Again, underneath the eye, the jaw. And we'll bring it down now, just underneath the collarbone. Just light little taps here. Audible exhales. And we'll continue that down with some swipes onto the belly. So swiping things down, letting the lymphatic drainage work its way down from your head and through the chest and the belly. So these lymphatic systems, they run through these certain points of our body, some being as well the armpits. So let's get into a few swipes of the armpit here. Maybe keeping your eyes closed down if that feels good for you too, and just focus on this sensation. Switching arms. And we'll bring it down onto the tops of the thighs. Just a few light swipes. Maybe you can visualize you're sending any unwanted energy or feelings of sickness out through the body, swiping it away. Okay. From here, we'll bring our hands now to heart center, and let's just inhale as we reach our hands up towards the sky. Palms touch overhead, and exhale just as you come into a light little side bend, just moving over to your right hand side, rooting into your left sit bone here, and just feeling length on the left side body, beginning to feel some opening or some more spaciousness there. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale to come back to center, and we'll just tilt over to the other side on your exhale. Feeling your right sit bone rooting into the earth here too. And seeing how this side feels compared to the other. And breathing into it. Just taking it slow. Inhale to come center, and exhale, we'll float our hands down towards the earth in front of us and just walk it forward into a mini forward fold here. So maybe you want to sway just gently side to side, or perhaps you'd like to stay still. Maybe you want to bring your elbows down onto the earth, or perhaps grab a pillow or a block or something else that's close by and just prop yourself up here just for that extra support. Maybe you want to bend your elbows and let your head rest into your palms here. And just take a few rounds of breath to feel into this stretch. Maybe noticing if you're holding tension anywhere. And can you send that breath to that feeling of tension and soften just a little bit more. One more full round of breath. And on your next inhale, just begin to push yourself back up, removing any props that are in your way. And we'll just come into a little bit of a neck release here. So go ahead and drop your chin towards your chest. Just feeling the length into the back of the neck here. Again, noticing any tension you may be holding. I certainly know when I'm not feeling the best, I get extra tight and adhesed in the neck and the shoulders. So even just some simple neck stretches can make a big difference. Go ahead and rock your chin side to side, maybe coming into some half moon. Just feeling into this, taking it nice and slow. And again, if you find anywhere that feels extra adhesed or tight, then maybe just spend an extra breath there. If you're feeling like bringing your head all the way around into a full circle, maybe slowly bringing your chin up towards the sky and rounding your chin back down towards your chest. Maybe doing that a couple times in one direction, and then changing directions when it feels good to you. Or perhaps you're just staying with that slight rocking side to side in that half moon shape. All the while remembering your breath. Breathing into sensation. And we'll bring our chin back to center and lift our head back up to neutral. So from here, we'll just get into a lazy Janu Shirshasana. So go ahead and extend your right leg as far out or wide as feels good to you today. Your left sole of the foot is coming towards your thigh, but it doesn't have to be touching or locked in there tight or anything. Just feel out your hips and your hamstrings and what feels good to you. So from here, it can be really nice to actually have a block or some kind of prop that you want to lean yourself down onto. But maybe your right hand just slides down your right leg and you get a little bit of a side body opening here, feeling that into the left lower back. And maybe this is enough and you just want to hang out here. Or perhaps you'd like to use your block on whatever length or setting feels good to you. I like it on the highest setting. And I'll just put my elbow on there and let my head relax onto my fist. And from here I can just hang out and breathe. Perhaps you'd like to float your arm up and overhead and get a nice big stretch and reach between your pinky finger all the way down to your left sit bone, or maybe you just want to keep it extra nice and chill and just rest your hand down on your thigh or wherever it wants to rest. Closing down the eyes here and just breathing into that stretch, feeling that length on the left side. I can feel quite a tightness on my left side here. The left lower back again feels quite adhesed when I'm not feeling the best, so I find that these stretches can be really beneficial, especially when we can stay for a little amount of time to just breathe into that stretch and allow for the opening to happen over time, not forcing anything. So if it's feeling like a lot to you, then maybe you just need to come up and out of it a little bit so that you can stay for a little bit longer. The song lyric from the Lucid Fairy just came into my head, and it's, "This pain is only temporary and growth will be extraordinary." So just feeling into hopefully no pain in this position, but discomfort. If there is discomfort and intense sensation, then that is all good. But if there's pain, then definitely back off. But it's only temporary. And from here we find growth and spaciousness. Let's take one more big breath in through the nose. And maybe sigh it out on that exhale. So very, very slowly begin to make your way up. So removing that prop, letting yourself come up slowly to center. And just be here for a few beats of breath and let everything settle down. As one of my teachers says, let the sand settle like the hourglass. Like you've turned over the hourglass and the sand is now settling down, and I definitely feel that in these big side bends or forward folds, and when we come back up again, it's like everything's making its way back. Okay, let's get into our second side. So just bending your right knee, and let's actually come into like a really wide butterfly diamond-like shape here for just a moment, and just kind of reintroducing those swipes into the legs, but maybe coming up and down, and just inviting like a nice little gentle massage, some touch, some pressure where it might be needed. Again, if you're not feeling well, I know for me the body can be sore, so just some self-massage is really a nice way to give ourselves the self-care that it deserves. We don't always have to look externally for, things to make us feel better, like to go and get a massage and pay someone to do that, as great as that is, and definitely encourage that. I'm a fan, but giving ourselves a little extra indulgence in touch and massage is a little goes a long way, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's extend our left leg now, coming into Janu on the other side, and bringing your right sole of the foot in towards that leg. Finding your sit bones here and growing tall. When you're ready, coming into your side bend. So again, maybe bringing that prop there, or just sliding your left hand down the leg and reaching your arm up, or keeping your arm down and your hand rested somewhere on you. Maybe bringing your elbow to that prop if that felt good, and letting your head just rest and be heavy, holding yourself here. And just staying and breathing into that sensation. Feeling the opening now that you are creating on the right side of your body, in the right lower back or glute even. Or perhaps you're feeling it somewhere else too. So we're all unique and different, and Oftentimes we can feel things in much different places than someone else might. So just be curious about that. And taking a few rounds of breath here. Our growth will be extraordinary. It's like I think about tending to the body, to ourselves, like you're watering your human garden, you're tending to your garden, and the growth that comes from that is extraordinary. One more big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth or the nose. Ever so slowly bringing yourself back up, taking your time and letting that settle in, maybe inviting a little sway in the body if that feels good. And let's bring our left leg back in towards the right. And we'll just cross our legs here so we can roll forward to find ourselves on our hands and knees. Just so that we can bring our hips to our heels, sinking ourselves back and finding ourselves in Balasana, child's pose. So crawling your hands forward, maybe bringing your little blanket or pillow to prop your head up if that feels more supportive for you. And just letting yourself melt into this pose. Feeling your breath expand the rib cage and your belly, and feeling it deflate down and allowing you to incrementally come closer towards the earth, your mat, the floor beneath you. Just taking a moment to just be. Maybe you want to rock your forehead out side to side, giving yourself a little massage there on the third eye center, on the tops of the eyebrows. And from here, let's slowly begin to lift ourselves back up. Again, just taking your time, walking yourself back up. And we'll just move our hips over to one side so we can bring our legs out in front of us. And we'll just find ourselves onto our backs from here. So go ahead and scoot yourself down, maybe bring your elbows down first, And slowly lower yourself onto your back. Maybe from here, go ahead and just hug your knees into your chest and rock side to side, just giving your lumbar spine a little bit of love and massage here too. Looks like a storm is brewing where I am. It's getting quite foggy and cloudy, so feels like a cozy vibe for a slow flow practice. Okay, from here, so I'll give you the choice of a couple different poses. Either we'll come into a figure four shape, so bringing your right ankle over top of your left knee, and maybe just staying here like this. This could be perfectly enough to feel into the hip flexors. Or perhaps you'd like to thread your arms and your hands underneath to hook the back of your thigh, and you can pull yourself in here. So this is the first option. Or perhaps you'd like to just cross your right leg over your left and hug your knees into your chest. So coming into like a Gomukhasana pose. But instead of holding on to the feet, we're just staying gentle and holding on to our knees. So wherever feels more like your jam today, you go ahead and find yourself there. Or maybe you'd like to try both, and that's perfectly all right as well. And we'll just stay here for a few rounds of breath. So both poses provide really nice opening in the hips and the side of the glute, even into some of the hamstring. Different sensations in both. So let your head be heavy here. Maybe again, just notice where you might be holding tension. Maybe open your mouth up and close it, just letting your jaw relax a little bit. Try to relax that point in between the eyebrows. Relax your shoulders onto the earth as well. So sometimes when we're holding a pose and we're feeling a stretch in a certain part of the body, then another part of our body wants to compensate and do more work than it should. So just try to consciously body scan and relax as much as you can. Three more breaths here. And it's cue to the rain. And on your last exhale, go ahead and release everything. So bringing the soles of the feet back onto the earth, uncrossing. And just a couple rounds of little windshield wipers back and forth, dropping your knees to one side and then the other. And we'll come into the other side. So again, whatever choice, whether you'd like to do the figure four shape, maybe threading your hands under your legs or over the shin. If you are feeling quite open, that's another option. Or crossing your left leg over your right and hugging it in. I'm choosing the Gomukhasana variation today. It's feeling nice in my body. Audible exhales. It's only about 4:30 here and the crickets are already starting. I don't know if you can hear them or not. I'm sure you can hear the birds though. It's quite a lovely soundscape. So noticing again, maybe where you can soften. Where are you holding? Where you don't need to be. And take 3 more rounds of breath here. And on your exhale, go ahead and release, letting your legs go, bringing the soles of your feet back onto the earth, and maybe just windshield wipe those legs out a couple more times. Let's just do a nice big long good morning stretch. It's not morning time, but this is how I envision a good morning stretch. Bringing your hands overhead and reaching them as far as you can as you reach your feet in the complete opposite direction. Just feeling a nice opening on your side bodies. Breathing in and release that on your exhale. Just bending into your knees from here, bringing your feet so they're as wide as your mat, and just go ahead and knock your knees in towards each other in this constructive rest position. Maybe you'd like to bring your hands out wide beside you. Just let your shoulders get a big opening and your chest get an opening here. Or perhaps you'd like to just find your hands somewhere on the body, on your belly, or wherever, your hips perhaps. And this will be our final pose for today's practice. So this constructive resting shavasana type shape. If you would like to stretch your legs out long, then you are more than welcome to do that too, to come into a traditional shavasana shape. I find the bent knees to be quite nice on the lower back. Feels nurturing to me. So just taking this time to again check in with yourself and send some love and compassion to yourself for feeling however you are today. And we'll stay here in this shape for a couple minutes. And I encourage you, if you're feeling like you would like a long, juicy shavasana, then you can pause the video and completely just surrender into the shape for as long as feels good. Otherwise, I will bring us out in a couple minutes. So letting your breath return back to its natural rhythm. And letting yourself completely let go. Beginning to deepen your breath and bring yourself back into your space and your surroundings, noticing. Maybe bringing your knees into your chest here and giving yourself that little rock side to side one more time. And rolling yourself over into a fetal position for a few rounds of breath, holding yourself here. Maybe giving yourself the mantra that I feel safe and I feel supported. If that feels true to you in this moment, I feel safe. I feel supported. And when you're ready, go ahead and push yourself up to a seat. Finding yourself however feels comfortable to you to close your practice. Maybe together, let's breathe in through the nose and sigh out the mouth. Bringing your hands to heart center, bowing your chin towards your chest. Just giving yourself a little bit of extra love for taking this time for you in whatever way you are showing up today. All is welcome. Namaste. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. I hope this felt good in your body, and if you are feeling under the weather, that this was very nourishing. So don't forget to like, leave a comment, and share this with anybody that you think might benefit. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.